We don't exactly know the extent of the issues, but this is going to be such a delicate balancing act for Van der Poel because the guy's 25 years old and, you know, arguably the biggest talent in the sport of cycling, certainly one of the biggest talents. And he doesn't want to do lasting damage. It's so tough because he's going into the Road World Championships, a race which he could win. It is very reasonable to expect him to win the Road World Championships in Flanders, but this back issue, it's one of those things where sometimes the right call is to just say, hey, I can win the Road World Championships for the next 15 years. I don't have to go this year. The Antwerp-Port Epic, that is no walk in the park. It is a mixed surface bike race, obviously around Antwerp. So they get some gravel farm tracks. The bodies are going to take a beating at that race. So that's going to be really indicative of what Van der Poel is going to be able to do on the cobbles in Flanders, because obviously the Flanders World Championships is not going to be very easy on the body either. So if he survives the Port Epic and is feeling good, things are going to look good for Van der Poel. If he decides to not start the Antwerp-Port Epic, I might not be holding my breath to see him in Flanders. We'll see what shakes out this weekend. Another rider who we have to talk about though, Jessica, is Tom Pidcock. Tom Pidcock just finished his first Vuelta a España, the reigning Olympic mountain bike cross-country champion, gold medal at the Olympics. He is now looking at the Flanders World Championships. I'm very interested to see what kind of form he carries after his very first Grand Tour. Obviously riding amazing at the Olympics. I think that he had a little bit of a slump and has presumably brought himself back up to a very good level throughout the Vuelta. He was, fairly anonymous during the race, but he wasn't going there to win it. He was going there to, I think, mostly gain experience, but also heck of a training block going into the World Championships. Assuming, and this is the big caveat, he can recover well from the Vuelta. This is the big question mark for Pidcock, is just what's the Grand Tour going to do to him? He's a young rider, doesn't really have the experience, and I think that how he comes off the Vuelta could make or break him. He could be absolutely flying again and be a favorite for the World Championships. And this is my hot take for the World Championships, and then we'll leave it with that, Jessica. I think that it's these multidiscipline cycling stars who we talk about so much: Mathieu van der Poel, Wout van Aert, Tom Pidcock. They all have cyclocross World Championship titles to their names. Pidcock, mountain bike world champion. I think that it's these three multidiscipline stars who are going to be the favorites for the World Championships, assuming Mathieu van der Poel's back is doing all right.